as your turnover happens in your foster care journey, don't let it burn you out, wear you down. It's exhaust. Don't get me wrong. It's exhausting. I'm not going to pretend like it's not exhausting. It's exhausting. If you had good people and the good people never left, that would be perfect.
I think it's a great time to talk about the turnover of foster care. What did I call it earlier this week when I mentioned it? I thought I had a really good name for it.
I don't remember.
Oh, I had such a good name for it.
But yeah, we're talking about
the changing of the guard, the constant changing of the guard.
I wouldn't call it that because changing the guard is actually really cool. This is really cool.
No, it's awful, but
we're talking about.
I thought it was still a cool idea.
We're talking about how in foster care, feels like you are constantly getting new people in, new people you have finally gotten comfortable with and understand what's going on, leave because there's so many people. Turnover happens a lot. So we're going to talk about that today. And the reason we're talking about that is we're kind of right in the middle of it. And we've had a week, we'll call it, when it comes to our foster care journey. Like there's absolutely been way worse weeks.
Yeah.
But it's been an incredibly frustrating week when it comes to being a foster parent.
You know, I feel like the last couple months, we've kind of been riding smooth, not a lot of foster care drama. And this past week, it's like we're fostering real hard right now.
Just to give, this is going to be a flyover quickly of the story. Our case manager with the agency with no longer with her agency, so that was like our primary point of contact. She is no longer there,
and our primary advocate for us and the child in our care.
Yep. That agency is going through a lot of turnover and changes and leadership struggles and all the things. So they don't really know their elbows from their behinds right now. So they're kind of just, I don't know what they're doing. We have a new DCS caseworker because one that's been with us for over 2 years, she moved on. She was awesome. She was on. Amazing. And he's getting his feet wet and figuring out. I think he's going to be fine. I think. Although this week you and I both texted me, never responded
and called.
The visit supervisor doesn't communicate. So we have not been communicated with by anybody involved with our foster kiddos care
right
at all this past week.
And there's been a lot going on.
And there's been a lot going on, like missed visits, rescheduled visits, and all this, and we have not been communicated with at all.
So just for example, there was supposed to be a visit on Monday. So Sunday, I reached out to the visit supervisor.
And by supposed to be, there has been a scheduled Monday visit for months.
Yes. I reached out to the visit supervisor Sunday night, said, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? And she said, I'll confirm with you tomorrow about Tuesday's visit. And I was like, what? Like we do Mondays.
We do Mondays.
And she's like, well, apparently now we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday. Mom spoke to the FC and that's what we're doing. I was like, okay.
Sounds fun.
Just let me know what time, all the things. Monday night rolls around. She says, Mom confirmed the visit. Okay, so we're having Tuesday's visit. And then Tuesday rolls around. The pickup is at 8 a.m., so it's an early visit.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be told by 7:15 if the visit is confirmed that day and is happening. And about 7:20, 7:25, I messaged the visit supervisor and I said, hey, we still good for today? Because there's a history here of a very high likelihood of inconsistency. And so I messaged the supervisor, hey, are we still on for today? She said, yeah, I'm sitting outside Mom's right now. Okay, cool. 8 o'clock pickup time rolls around. 8:15 rolls around. I'm about to load up all the kids in the van to take Braden to therapy. 8:30 rolls around. I message his supervisor. I'm like, hey, if you're not here by 8:30, we won't be here because I need to get my son to school. And still don't hear anything. No pickup.
Are you alive?
No one messages at all at like 9:30.
Bueller.
Are you okay? And at 10:15, I'm fine.
Of course you're fine. I mean, to be honest, there's also a language barrier. English is our second language. So we're wondering how much I get to read our visit supervisor is trying to do well by us, but she's overwhelmed by everything.
And I honestly, yes, she's a very sweet person. And I just think I don't know that she's the right person to hold accountability and boundaries.
She's not.
And keep the child
I don't think
first.
she's mean enough. Because she is so sweet. We need to get back to one of our old visit supervisors that she
just didn't mess around, right?
She was Oh, she's
Yeah.
great.
So Tuesday's visit never happened. All of that happened, right? And then I don't have anyone in our corner advocating for us, anything. I reached out to someone who should have been able to at least listen and follow up maybe for and to have our backs with the
Yeah, to
situation.
help, be supportive.
And I got, "We'll talk about it tomorrow when I come to your house and visit you." So I was like, "Okay, not helpful."
That's where our agencies are supposed to be an extra layer of support for foster parents,
Yeah,
and our agency is not doing that right now.
not right now. They're in a season of change, right?
Yeah, right
And
into
I
what we're
really
talking
hope
about
and
today.
pray that it improves,
We just
but
won't be
in
there.
the moment,
We're just not gonna be
when we needed it most, it wasn't there.
the agency made some poor decisions in terms of letting people go, but having no bodies to help cover what they were doing over the period of months, multiple different people. So now there's a huge vacuum of need that nobody can fill.
At least in our perspective.
Yeah,
I
our
don't know, we can't
perspective.
speak for anyone else,
No,
right?
of course, everything's our perspective.
Yeah. Um, so then Wednesday, we pretty much had a rinse and repeat because visits were supposed to be Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
The visit happened
So
on Wednesday.
Wednesday happened. Again, Wednesday, 8 o'clock pickup never happened. At 8:20, I think I said, "You are still here, thankfully." And I messaged her. I said, "If he's not picked up by 8:25, the visit cannot happen today because we have
When
plans
stuff
for
going
the
on,
day and
yeah.
we're leaving." I think it was literally 8:25 when she rolled up.
I was leaving with Nine to take her to
Yeah,
daycare while I was on the work. Yeah,
yeah.
we share that to simply share.
Hold on.
Oh,
Outside of all of that, how you mentioned earlier that we hadn't heard from the FCM all week. Amidst all of this, and then apparently Wednesday afternoon, he came home early for a visit because there was a team meeting that we knew nothing
oh,
about,
right, yeah,
and that's fine. Foster parents don't have to be invited to these team meetings, but
makes sense because they're never around the kid.
but the history of these cases, we've literally been invited to everyone, so I don't know what's going on, I don't know why we weren't invited. Quite frankly, I don't need to be invited because it's literally the exact same meeting every single time, and it's been that way for a long time.
Yeah,
Multiple cases, multiple years. But the fact is, we reached out multiple times to DCS to try and figure out like what's going on, what's the expectation with visits. Can everyone please get on the same page? This lack of communication is not okay. And we've heard crickets.
crickets.
Nothing.
We share all of that to let you all know that our fellow foster parents. We've been doing this for 8 years, and we get still can suck for us too at times. It can still be a really broken system. It feels at times like everybody's incompetent. Nobody cares. Nobody knows how to do their job. And I'm going to encourage you to keep doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's not reality. Our feelings lie. People, when you ride emotions and feelings, they lie to you
And people
very
will always
consistently.
disappoint you.
People always disappoint. Keep doing it anyway for the kids.
Yeah.
So we want to go into a bit of a deep dive into the revolving door of foster care.
And I will say one more thing. I think in general, we need to remember that people have the best of intentions.
It's in here. That's in the notes.
Well, I'm just saying it now to piggyback off of what you just
It's
said
in the notes.
about people will disappoint you, but like we have to remember that they're human and
That's
they.
point 3.
I don't care. Okay, I'll be done. Go ahead, take over.
So we're talking about revolving door foster care. And one of the reasons it feels like there's a big revolving door is all the humans involved with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
You have case managers, therapists, GALs, more therapists, other case managers, CASAs. Who else we got here? Visit supervisors, licensing folks. There's a lot of people involved with one kid in foster care and family.
If you're with an agency, a foster case manager.
So there is a lot of people to turn over. And candidly, the world of foster care, it's not sticky. People move around very quickly because it's
The good people move up, the bad people leave. And some people just leave because they're sick of it.
and that's the only two. Like I don't know if there's a lot of middle ground.
Well, Chantrice left and she would have been amazing to stay.
Well, yeah, she was burnt out.
Yeah, she was burnt out.
So burnout happens over the case managers, even though we give them grief for being turds sometimes, they're way overworked.
Oh, 1,000%.
Incredibly overworked.
That's the thing. And even, on one hand, I'm really annoyed because it takes all of 2 seconds to return a text message. On the other hand, I also get it because they have so many uh, flames in the fire. What is that?
Sticks in the fire? Like,
Sticks in the fire, hands in the pot.
good. That's our
Toes.
that's our calling card for our podcast is Whitney's foobar analogies and metaphors.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
I do, yeah. I forget. Is it
Chickens in the
it's not it's something in the fire, like sticks in the fire. Like it's supposed to be the metaphor of marshmallows in the fire, like flame. I don't know.
They have too much going on.
Listen, they have too much going on. And to be honest,
I try so hard.
This case manager is brand new to us because our former one moved on.
Yeah.
And one of the first interactions with me is, hey, everybody, I want to get on the same page. The DCS dude told the judge something false in court. So, I mean, but he came to the house and we had a really nice conversation. He seems like he's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Anyway, we share all that to say the turnover you feel that you experience where it feels like you're constantly, it's real. It is absolutely 1000% real. Turnover is real. Even if we listed 8 to 10 people, if one person turns over every 4 months, that's still 3 people a year, right? That's still a lot of people.
It's not flames in the fire.
It's no, it's not flames in the fire. It's like you're gonna say it. You looking at
flames in the fire is to see something as a heartbeat.
No, it's like sticks in a fire.
Help!
You can't even look it up.
What do I type? That is a.
What's the expression with something in the fire? What is the something in the fire?
Is it the fire though, or am I completely
off? No,
it's
it's the fire. Cooks in the kitchen. There you go. That's one. No, that's not.
No, none of these work. Fire in the belly, burning desire, flames of passion, playing with fire, add fuel to the fire.
Okay, we're done. Let's move it on. All right. So the turnover you feel, the roundabout of turnover is real. And why does turnover hurt us? Why is it even a thing that pops on our radar? What do you think, Whitney?
Well, first of all,
I'm going to look it up while you talk. I don't have my phone. Oh, yeah, my phone's recording. I don't have my phone.
You can't. You have a computer in front of you.
Yeah.
First of all, it hurts because it's change. Change is hard. And, as a foster family, I feel like I'm not even talking to you right now.
I'm listening.
As a foster family, you are letting so many people into your home, into your life on truly a really personal and intimate level. Like they know everything about you, right? Like your home, whether you like it or not, like they come, they're in it, they are a part of it, and your children know them.
Irons in the fire.
Irons in the fire.
Irons in the fire.
That's it, guys.
How could you not find that?
Why didn't it come up? Google.
What did you ask? That's why you should have used AI.
I said, what is a metaphor involving something in the fire?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't it say irons in the fire?
I said, what is this saying when someone has a lot going on? So I used AI. And then
I asked what you literally told me to ask.
Is there something like blank in the fire? Yes. A lot of irons in the fire. There you go. Go carry on.
Okay.
You got a lot of irons in your brain right now. Come on.
I have irons in the fire all the time.
Yes, you do. Go. Come on.
So there's the attachment issue. Even people that you don't love seeing, you get used to seeing them and coming in your house and being a part of your family, right? So there's that. There's the fact that these children need consistent people in their lives. And when they don't have that, it's just you're starting at square one. You have a person leave the case, whether they've been on it for 3 months or 3 years, a new person needs to come in and learn everything about that case.
Right.
And sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not a good thing, but based on experience and speaking with other foster families specifically, a new case manager comes in and they think they're going to somehow change the case.
Everybody wants to be the hero that fixes bio parents.
Yeah. And it's like, listen, I very much appreciate your desire to improve the situation for everyone involved. And I've actually lived it for 2-3 years. And this is the pattern. Please at least listen. It's Amazon.
Okay.
Please at least listen to what I'm distracted now by Amazon irons in the fire because I was gonna say, "Oh, the Amazon driver has a lot of irons in the fire."
He definitely has a lot of iron. He might literally have irons in the fire.
They probably sell irons for the
Yeah,
fire.
when you have turnover with the kids, it sucks because whoever's been experienced, like Whitney said, has been involved. They have lots of details in their brain they may not have ever written down on paper. You can't get everything on paper. You can't get everything in a report. They know the behavior of everybody involved. They know the nuance. You can't teach nuance of stuff. You only get
When you
that through
have
experience.
manipulative people involved, like, it's just
Yeah.
another person to kind of, like, fall prey to, you know? Like, there's
Yeah.
just so many factors
And
that
it comes
make it
from
really
and it comes
hard.
from typically it comes from a spot of well intentioned.
Oh, absolutely.
Normally.
Absolutely, yes. And it just stinks, like, if that new person is unwilling to learn the history or what has happened, at least from the standpoint of a foster parent, when you've had a very inconsistent biological parent, that could be really
Like
frustrating.
for example, the bio parent of our current foster son didn't have a single visit in the month of May. Not one.
Mhm.
We find out last weekend, like Whitney shared, oh, we're going to 2 visits a week. We're like, okay, this is not true. And she reaches out to the case manager. Goes, yeah, mom reached out, asked, blah blah blah. We're going to ahead and try to give her a chance to be 2, and then she missed her first one.
Right.
And for us, it's very frustrating. It's like, yeah, of course. We've been around. This
Right.
is the bio mom of our 2-year-old too. So we've been
Mhm.
around the block with her. There's a metaphor for
We've
you.
seen all the
And we
patterns.
know what happens.
Right.
Just
And we actually have a lot of irons in the fire in terms of schedules
you're going to use that a lot
that
this week.
we need to keep.
Yeah.
So this inconsistency directly impacts us a whole lot more than the other person involved,
and it
right?
also
So,
the most important person it impacts is their son.
yes.
When it's not consistent, he gets off. You can tell
Ugh. He misses sleep at night because he's awake crying.
he's the happiest baby we've had in this journey. But he's
Mhm.
still, when he has inconsistent visits, it throws him off.
Throws him off schedule, throws him off like, okay, who's this now? What am I doing?
Right.
Yeah, all the things.
All the things. So, in your frustration with the system, with people coming in that think they know everything, they're going to solve the world, with the frustration of your agency not serving you the way they should be and only asking you for paperwork when you're frustrated,
That happened too.
that happened. With all the things, here's one really thing that I struggle with this a lot. So this is me, what I have to remind myself a lot, and I'm sharing with you. Remember, they are people too. They are image bearers of God, just like you and me. And we need to pause when we're frustrated and we're about to lose our cookies. That's throwing up.
You're just like full of metaphors.
I'm going to
today.
use as many metaphors as I
Lose
can
our
now.
cookies. Isn't toss your cookies like
Throwing up, yeah.
for
That's
throwing
not,
up?
when you're going to lose your mind. When you're going to
Lose
crash
your
out.
marbles?
When you're going to crash out.
Crash out. Now you're like speaking 2026.
They're people. All those people that have frustrated you, they're people. You don't know what else they got going on.
Like Mariah's story
Assume
from a few episodes ago.
Assume positive intent.
Yeah.
Okay. Which story from Mariah's
Like
episode?
just what Mariah shared about being a caseworker.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the FCM. That's why I said like I really try hard to have a lot of grace because I know that like they're dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
They could have literally just gone to a home where they were worried about showing up and the baby being dead.
Or
right?
the
Like
baby
what
being
Mariah
dead.
shared.
Could have just been almost
being
assaulted.
stalked by a mafia person, right? Like, you know, that's what she shared.
Not mafia, cartel.
Isn't it the same thing?
You know what? Bottom line, I guess they are pretty much the same thing. It's like
Come on,
the Mexican cartel. And yeah, you're probably right.
Thank you.
Well done.
I know.
Remember, all these people in the system, overwhelmed, undertrained, overpaid, all
exhausted,
emotionally exhausted, right? Both physically and emotionally.
Yeah, all the things.
Yeah.
They're carrying impossible. They're asked to do impossible things.
So much secondary trauma.
Yeah, and there's just not enough support for them.
We have an
Their
expression.
caseloads are way too high.
We have an expression in our house. I tell our kids when they're acting foolish that I'm going to throw them in the pond because we have a pond in our house.
There is not a pond in our house.
Did I say behind our house?
You said in.
Behind our house. Not in our house. Hopefully.
Correction.
It did rain. Hopefully there's no ponds in our house. There used to be a pond in this table, and that's why we had to remodel our kitchen or our
that was fun.
bathroom upstairs. Even though you may want to throw these people in the pond, don't. Take a
Yeah.
deep breath, go for a walk, lead with grace. That doesn't mean don't hold people accountable to what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
but lead with grace.
And that's my biggest challenge, and I think we both know that. My biggest pet peeve is when people don't do their job.
All right, turnover is going to happen. Lead with grace. How can we survive the turnover? What can we do both preemptively and in the middle of it to survive all the turnover that happens in foster care? And you usually don't learn this until after one or two of these, and you're like, oh. So listen to us. Listen to ways to survive this.
One of the most important things I think is to keep documentation of everything and anything that you can think of. Um,
Pictures.
yeah, but I mean, even just like, so it goes back, historically. For example, I used to keep a written document that was really messy and in my own handwriting and just like chicken scratch everywhere of visits for each child and when they happened, if they didn't happen, the time that they happened. And I moved to Google Docs probably the beginning of
Because I told you
2026.
to.
I know, I think I decided to actually,
It's so much
but
easier.
it's
Yeah.
easier. You can provide data that way. But going back, to a former placement, I've since had caseworkers reach out and say, "Hey, did Biomom go to these appointments because she's saying she did?" And I'm like, "No, girl did not go to these appointments." And should they have that information already? Yes, because it
Sure.
is not my job. That is the job of the supervisor that was supposed to be there with mom to say if it happened or not, the caseworker to follow up. It is not my job. However, my job is to protect the safety and well-being of this child that's in our care.
Yep.
And if that means me keeping track of all this information so that I could do that better, then that's what I'll do.
And that's what I'll do, by
Yeah.
gosh.
So I think just keeping track of things, like right
You
now,
do a great
our
job.
new FCM,
Great job
I
with the
could
visit log.
easily add him to this visit log and be like, here, dude, I don't know what the visit supervisor is telling you, but this is when he's gone to visits,
Yeah.
right? And he can choose to believe it or not. Like,
Also, one thing, kind of a side quest to keep in mind, visit supervisors do not get paid unless there's a visit. So they're going to try their hardest to remember, they're not millionaires either. So they're not
right.
making tons of money, and they only make money if there's a visit. So they're
It's
going,
such a tension. Yeah.
it feels like a, what's it called when you should, like when court, I don't know the word.
Dun, dun,
Like when people
dun.
recuse themselves because like, oh, I can't be involved with this because I'm biased. I know I'm biased. Conflict of interest. It feels like it's a conflict of interest for visit supervisors to decide if there's going to be visits or not when they get
Right.
paid based on the visits happening or not. So yeah, keep a written record. Visits is the most important thing, and I think the most obvious and most impactful thing you can do as a foster parent. Record the notes. Why didn't visit, and ask direct questions to the visit supervisor. Why didn't the visit happen? Mom never confirmed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can write that in your log. Mom was sick. Baby was sick. Right. There's reasons visits don't happen that aren't because of bio parent. Kids
Mm-hmm.
get sick. Visits. Just record all that.
I also think communicating through email as much as possible and including the entire team on it as much as possible is very fruitful to
Re-
make sure everyone's on the same page.
and write it down because a lot of times you think you verbally communicate something. Well, you think you do. You think it's received. The person receiving the information receives it differently. Everybody was trying to do their best, but whatever was supposed to be communicated wasn't. When it's written down, you can go, hey, you wrote this. Cool. Got it. Right. Moving on. Doctor's visits, uh, black eyes, all that kind of stuff you can record on your own little Google Doc. Highly
Mhm.
encourage it because then you can also, like Whitney said, hand it off.
Yeah. Something that's really cool. Our pediatrician's office has a nurse on staff who is called the complex care coordinator. And I know I'm only sharing this because I know it's not universal at all pediatric offices, but her job for children that have complex medical needs, see multiple doctors, all the things, she creates a little packet that gives a full background of the child, their medical diagnoses, their providers, their medical history, everything going on, like names and numbers of every person to contact. And it's put in this beautiful little package. And Something like that. Like, I have had that for multiple of our kids and foster children. That is so helpful just to hand off to a new person because that literally shares nearly
Everything.
everything, right? So even if, as foster parents, not that you have like a zillion extra hours to do something like that, but create your own little like
Journal.
overview
Yeah.
of Johnny, right? Like just something.
And I would say it's more important for kids as they get older. For babies, not so much, right? You haven't figured out what sets them off or what. Once you
Yeah.
can start, kids start developing their
I mean, there
personalities
is a
and their
medical
triggers.
passport that you're supposed to use as a foster parent that should follow a foster child. And um, you should be keeping some kind of an album or something that can pass along with them as well.
Yeah. I mean, everything's digital now, right?
Yeah.
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 All right. What else we got? So just some quick reminders. Lead with grace. I don't do that. You do. You do a good job.
I
I
try.
try.
Some people wear me down.
I mean, I tried the other day with the visit supervisor, but you said after I quit done talking to her, she came to you and she was in tears. I don't think I was nice. I was direct, but I wasn't mean.
Was like, I don't know how good you did there.
And people tell me I'm so intimidating. I'm like, I'm not. Like, I'm a bear, but I'm blue. I'm a dancing bear. Like, I'm not scary.
They haven't seen your gorilla. Yeah.
And when you're getting frustrated and making it about you, remember it's about the kiddo.
Yes. I think that's the biggest, most important reminder in nearly any scenario. Like, we need to remain child focused.
Yeah.
It needs to be about the child. So many times it becomes about something else or someone else. And that's doing that child a disservice.
It can feel at times like the system is not necessarily child focused. It can feel like the system is bio parent focused.
Yeah. I'd go as far to say it is bio-parent focus and it's not just a feeling, but, tomato, tomato.
Who am I to say whether you're right or wrong? It sure feels that way, though.
It
sometimes.
does. It does.
Yeah. Got all this turnover. You've documented. You got a new person. What is a benefit of having said new person? You have a new person on the case. What's one of the?
Is this a trick question?
No. What's one of the positives that can happen?
You get to meet new people and make new friends.
You get new people. You have a fresh set of eyes on the case, right? When
Yes.
the case is old and stagnant and it feels like nothing's going on.
Yeah.
A new set of eyes, some new motivation.
Kind of renewed energy.
Renewed energy. It can be a positive.
Yes. I mean, I immediately think of a former foster child and that her biological mom is a very challenging person. And I witnessed with my own eyes through the course of the case, the FCM through the caseworker through DCS getting very, very, very weary
Worn
over
out.
the nonsense,
Yeah.
right? And at one point, she said, I have way bigger fish to fry than to worry about this. And she pretty much just kind of was like, I'm done with it. I'll pass all my concerns on to the DCS lawyer. I'm not touching this case anymore. I'm over it.
Yeah.
That's not child first.
That's not child
She kind of gave up and washed her hands
she was
of it.
burnt. I understand why she was so
they
frustrated.
needed to take her off the case and put someone else on. And I don't know if they since have. I kind of hope they have, but I can't do anything about that. But yes, a fresh perspective, fresh energy. Sometimes just that little bit of a change is a really good thing. When we feel burnout and then you don't, very simple analogy, but when you go on a walk and then you return, you're like, I got this.
I'm not sick of you
I can
people
do
anymore.
this parenting thing again for another hour or two, right?
Now I gotta go on another walk.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yes.
very simple comparison.
Yes.
But
That's
you get
why
it.
vacations are important. That's why time
Yeah.
away is important.
Yes.
So as your turnover happens in your foster care journey, don't let it burn you out, wear you down. It's Don't get me wrong. It's exhausting. I'm not going to pretend like it's not exhausting. It's exhausting. If you had good people and the good people never left, that would be perfect, right?
Tamika, boo. Moving across the country.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sick of
We
this.
miss you. I mean, that was probably 6 years ago. We still miss you.
Yeah. Wow. So some biblical perspective on this. Remember, Jesus is the same today, yesterday, and forever.
Amen.
So regardless of what happens with these kids, who's coming and going, this is hard for me to reconcile sometimes. Jesus loves these kids more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's hard sometimes to swallow and understand, but truth is truth.
And amongst everything that might change in the foster care system, the plans, the people, the supervisors, the workers, the actual, direction of the case, we need to remember that Christ remains the same. Like you said, he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is on the throne. He is aware of all of it. None of it takes him by surprise.
Our pastor is speaking, teaching through Revelation. He talked about Revelation 6, the four horsemen. And the ultimate question was, what are you standing on?
Hmm.
What is your trust on? What is your faith on? What do you trust in?
Yeah, he said, I took notes on it. He said, life has this crazy way of showing you what your foundation is, just through
Yeah.
all the curveballs and unexpected things life throws at us. And foster parents, y'all, for better or worse, we open ourselves up to a whole lot of those curveballs and unexpected situations, which is why we need that strong foundation
And that kid needs you
to
to
have.
have that strong
Yeah.
foundation because you might be the only consistent thing in that kid's life.
Yeah.
That little kid, I'm thinking of our little buddy right now, our little foster son, he has stuff going on. He's great overall, but whenever Whitney and I walk in somewhere, he'll look at us and give us a big fat kid smile every
A big fat
single
kid
time.
smile. You mean a big toothy grin?
No, big fat kid smile. He's not really toothy. He's getting some teeth, but it's more of like his whole face lights up, and it's a good reminder the kids are worth it.
Yes. Amen.
For you to stay consistent and strong, the kids are worth it.
Yes, they are. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Dream Small. And until next time, keep dreaming small.